on behalf of the President of the United States and the grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved ones' honorable and faithful service.
I'll fall. Oh, I'm leaning on you, Jesus, you, Jesus. Lord, if you move, I'll fall. I'm leaning on you, Jesus, you, Jesus. Lord, if you move, I'll surely fall. Thank you, Lord. I'm leaning on you, Jesus, you, Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Others, but never considering ourselves half. Love is being a brother or an uncle, but sometimes stepping in like a dad. Love is being remembered for always making someone laugh. So never disrespect it. Don't become complacent and neglect it. God forbid if you take it for granted. Instead, always take advantage of every chance to dance like David. And boy, did he dance.
Amen.
Sometimes out of his clothes, his cup overflowed with joy.
Yes, it
And
did.
though full of flaws, David Tawar Bennett was a man after God's own heart. So let love be your greatest investment. Make no objections when it is present, and above all things, let this be your one obsession, because life will surely force you to dissect it, to teach you how to offer it with perfection. So let this be your lesson. Life's only concession is that one day death will come to collect it. So when it's vulnerable, protect it. When it's dying, resurrect it. And when it's given, accept it.
Amen.
He wasn't afraid to do anything. And he proved that way back when we were children. And my mama would take us over to my grandma's house. And when we could go outside, way back when, I don't know, I know some of you probably can't remember, the grasshoppers. So when I would go outside, the grasshoppers was big to me, and the way they looked, I always felt like they would bite. But Tawan wasn't afraid to pick those grasshoppers up, and he would put them together and make them fight. And that was just, we over there making mud pies or trying to pick grapes or plums off my grandma's tree, and he making the grasshoppers fight. Tawan, we have a lot of memories of Tawan during his time on this earth. I can remember when we were in middle school, and in Bennetttown, we had to ride the bus. The bus would come down our road twice. And back then, we had a cousin named Ron Bennett. And Ron and Tawan and the rest of the boys would be on the bus. And we all back there. And Tawan and Ron would be back there trying to bebop. And I was thinking, they spit in their hands. But it sounded good, and it made our bus ride to school fun. I just know that being around Tawan when we was in school, and then after we got out of school, and just watching him and knowing that every time you would see him and how he would notice, he paid attention when something was different. I say that is because you could be feeling bad, and Tawan, he walk in and he'll notice it, and you'll be like, well, Tawan, you know this, and or Tawan, you know that, and he always say, well, look at it like this, or at least it ain't that.
Yeah.
And to know that he will realize that, and he'll say something to make you laugh. That was just Tawan. And then although you would see him in his work clothes a lot, when it was time for him to dress up, he would dress up. And when he walk in the room, he gonna let you know just by the look on his face, oh yeah, I know I look good. Tawan was, he touched each of us in his own way. And I thank God for the memories that we had with him and how he loved to pay attention to his family. Although he might not have come around all the time. And the last few times I saw Tawan was always at the Speedway right there in Lourdes. And the very last time I saw him, my car, the battery was acting up. And me and my boys had went to the store and I messed around and cut my car off. And I was on the phone with my sister Carolyn. And I was like, Carol, my car won't start. So she had sent her boyfriend, Alan, to the store. And I was so frustrated, I didn't get out the car. So when Alan came up, my boys had got out the car. And I was just sitting in the car. And I happened to look over. And I seen Tawan like probably a few pumps down. And he was looking to the back of the car like he's saying, I know them still boys. But he didn't know who Alan was. And he was looking. And I had to say, I got out the car. I said, hey, Tawan. He said, hey. He said, I thought them was your boys. And then he said, who that? I said, that's Carol boyfriend Alan, and that's the one. That was him. He was curious to know. And I thank God again for the memories that we had with Tawan and how he played a part in each of our lives. And he's definitely going to be missed. And I just, to Uncle David, his children, his loved ones, everybody, and to the rest of the family, we just have to take Tawan's memories and move on with it, because we all know that just as sure as we was born, one of these days we all gonna have to go this way. Amen. We don't know when, we don't know how, but we all are gonna have to leave one day.
Yes, sir.
And I want y'all to know that I do love each and every one of you. Thank you.
My cousin too, standing in for him. He asked me to read this for him. I'm gonna try to read it, get through it for him. To my A1 since day one. This is the hardest thing I had to do for you. We were raised as brothers all of our lives and vowed to always take care of one another, as Granddaddy Ed told us to. Nothing could have prepared me for this. So it's with a heavy heart and tear-filled eyes that I say goodbye. God, please keep us near the cross. You're with the family now and with Jesus. So until next time, so long to my wingman, my brother. My cousin Moochie wrote this. He couldn't be here today, he didn't want to deliver it, but he wanted everybody to know that he loved you guys, loved Tawan just like a brother always did. I love him like a brother. Love you guys too.
Good afternoon, everybody. My brother Doug had to leave, so I'm standing in the gap. I'm Tawan. We all grew up like brothers and sisters, as everybody knows. Everybody in Benettown was real close, because that's how our parents and grandparents raised us. To know Tawan was to love him. And one thing about Tawan is he loved his children. Like, I don't care, he wasn't perfect, but he tried his best. And there's none of us that's perfect. And I know he left some love in his kids' heart. And when I look at each one of them, they have the features of their dad. Like the Bennett genes is just so strong. This month of February, my granddaddy passed February 10th. My grandma birth passed February 20th. And Tawan passed February 19th. And just to know, this year, we had lost my Aunt Judy. There's Uncle Johnny, and there's Jill and Uncle Ed Jr. And I just can't imagine that reunion when they see Tawan. I know the first one, Papa said, was Aunt Judy said, "Whoa, look at Tawan, y'all." They were so geeky, so that's how we be in family. And then there go my granddaddy, Dewan. There you go, I'm so happy to see you, because that was their baby, y'all. And then there go my grandma, I can just imagine her. "Yeah, I see you down there being slack." That was her. She would tell you straight up how she felt about it. And then come on and eat. Come on and do this. But But you know, they got a big family reunion. I know Uncle Johnny, Uncle Ed Jr., Jet, and Jet so happy to see Tawan. You know, it's just like, we just need to try to live, y'all, so that one day we can see him again. And if we just continue to trust God, I know it's hard, but the burden to get a little easier as the day go by. To his children, I love y'all, and I always try to show y'all love when I see you. If you ever need me, just call me. Red, Javonta, same thing with y'all, Uncle David, Queen, Miss Elvina. I just love each and every one of y'all. All my family, Kedra, Kelly, Santana, Uncle David got a lot of children, I'm sorry. You too. So y'all, I just want to say, you know, the Bennett family, we love hard. And we love strong. And the Lord knew that how much Tawan can bear. And so this was the time that his time here was up. And so we just have to accept it for what it is and try to live right. And so one day maybe we'll get to see him again. So y'all, I love y'all. And let's just continue to keep loving each other and lifting each other up in prayer.
Amen.
Taking that.
All right now. Come on.
That's been going to that church for a mighty long time. And every Sunday morning, he would pick the choir director. He said, listen here. Would you let me sing a song?
All right.
He said, I got a song that I want to sing. Y'all know what that choir director told him? He said, oh man, you too love to sing in this choir.
Come on now.
Said you got a tremble in your voice.
All right.
Hurt the old man's feelings. Y'all might not believe this, but oh, when you get old, people just push you on to sing. Oh, when you get old, people will push you on the side. But they went to church that next Sunday morning, and they noticed that the old man wasn't sitting in his car. And they went to church that next Sunday morning, and they noticed that the old man still wasn't sitting in his home. And they went to church the next Sunday morning. Oh yeah, Lord. They begin to ask questions. Has anybody seen the old man? Has anybody heard from the old man? Family, they heard a voice from heaven, and this is what the voice said. I found me a choir, oh Lord, that let me sing. You know I'll be you. Sing
affectionately called, was the son of Alvina Bellamy and David Bennett Sr. He was born on April 12, 1975 in Whiteville, North Carolina. He attended Horry County Public Schools and graduated from Loris High School in 1995. Immediately following graduation, he enlisted into the U.S. Army. He worked in different capacities, but cooking was his passion. He was always willing to do whatever he could to help anyone in need. He was truly a most giving person and never looked for anything in return. Pleasing God was always sufficient for him. He was reared in a good Christian home under the supervision of his father, David Bennett Sr., and his grandparents, Mother Bertha May and Deacon Edward Bennett, who he loved most dearly until the Lord called him from labor to reward. He joined Simpson Creek Holiness Church at an early age under the leadership of Bishop Clayton Chestnut. He was preceded in death by his maternal grandparents, J.C. and Juanita Bellamy. He leaves to cherish his memory his parents, Alvina Bellamy and David Queen Bennett, his children, Devontae Bryan, David Shea Bennett, David Bennett, Shelton Snowden, Martwine Bennett, and Camilla Bennett, his fiancee, Javante Thomas, and her children, his siblings, Paul Goodson, Cosetta Clarence Hemingway, Shakidra Jennered, Dorrell Angel Bennett, Kelly Damian Shaw, Sergeant First Class Shaquina Aaron Bennett, Santana Bennett, Dominique Johnson, Tia Bennett, and Lizzie Bennett. Two special sisters, Laker Bennett and Shaniqua Bennett. His maternal aunts and uncles are Tinsel, Betty McCullough, Jean McCullough, Fred Bellamy, MacArthur, Glenda Bellamy, Cosette Fatine Talib, Marietta Ronnie Harris. His paternal aunts and uncles, Pearlie Shelby Bennett, Josh Bennett, Paul Bennett, Richard Pamela Bennett, Esther Goss, Mary Ethel Vereen, Susie Roy Wilson, Ophelia Bennett, Joanne Bennett, Juanita Johnny deceased Bennett, Sarah Rogers deceased, and Eddie Bennett deceased, and a host of other family members and friends. My brother Bear Bennett was full of life, but God had other plans, even though we may not understand. God saw David getting weary, and a cure was not to be, so he put his arms around him and whispered, "Come with me." With tearful eyes, we watched and saw him slip away. Although we loved him dearly, we could not make him stay. Our golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands at rest. God broke our hearts to prove to us he only takes the best. Thanks everyone for your prayers and thought for the Bennett family. Love you. Expressions of gratitude. During the time of our deepest grief, our friends, family, and acquaintances came to lend their help and understanding, their thoughts and prayers in an effort to soothe and comfort our grieving hearts. The touching cards and words of love remind us that we are not alone in the grief and that we can find peace in others. May God bless all of you, the family.
Yeah. go, if I have to go by myself, till my mother, till my father, all my sister, all my brother, I'll go, if I have to go by myself, said I'll sing, if I have to sing by myself, said I'll sing, if I have to shout by myself, said I shout if I have to shout by myself.
Hallelujah. That's me.
KJ